Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Nestree tribe. And we are here looking over our beautiful Isri, who I'm really hoping will be able to grow up and become our nest weaver. I really love the idea of having a creature who is really dedicated to repairing the nest and kind of like making sure that they are safe for the mothers and the babies who use them. And then the white ram horns on Isri just totally gave me that idea. And I also love the fact that Isri will actually be able to search around and try to find places that can offer up some really wonderful roots. And I think that her ability to do the digging into the ground, searching for roots, will also help her to weave the nest tighter and make them a little bit more sturdy and a little safer for all of the mothers who are going to use them. So that's kind of where we're at with the Nestree tribe right now, frantically trying to shore up on nesting material. So far we only have 5 new pieces. We have 2 nests created, and those nests are constantly needing maintenance. We actually are starting to have a much more competitive tribe than we have had in past times, because this tribe has had to really fight and kind of compete for the resource of having the nest. Over here we have Lalalis, who has already had her first child, Sikro. Sikro has already grown up. I'm so proud. He looks just like his dad. In fact, we're kind of like getting a line of creatures who have Step's no paw, even though I wish we could remove no paw from the family. Step's children keep ending up having all of that no paw, because here we have Siku and Sakar, where'd your parents go? Oh, okay, Sakar's parents have already vanished, so never mind, it wasn't Step, but Sakar had double no paw, and then he had his son Siku, and now Siku has his son Sikro, and they all have that no paw, and I really want to get rid of it, but at the same time, there's like some sort of surreal familiarity that's just going down the generations of having that little no paw. So he already has his son Sikro, and he just had Isqui, so he did father Isqui as well, and she is our fat-faced squirrel, born to our lovely squirrel mother Squee. Squee is very, very territorial about this tree and all of the nuts that fall from it, and super territorial about this nest, but she was able to be tricked away long enough for Lalais to have Sikro. However, I'm not sure if that's going to happen again. Just these are a much more competitive tribe than we've ever had before. And especially Squee, that just is kind of her personality. She is an amazing little squirrel-like creature, and I'm totally in love with her, and I think she loves her little fat-faced daughter, and we'll have to have more children with her and Siku in the future. But it is really hard to get so much nesting material and to be able to take good care of our tribe. And on that note, and I'm actually going to have Sela come down here because she needs to give birth to... Sela is pregnant with... Is he still on here somewhere? Sela is pregnant with Safar's child, and Safar was not very healthy when it comes to the eyesight, and he also had a no paw, but I absolutely loved Safar's look of this dark mane with the cheetah pattern. I thought that was really awesome, and I need to have her come down. I want to have her get that bunny, but she needs to make it down to this nest, so I'm going to have her start moving so that she can make it to the nest. I'm actually going to have Isri has strength 2, so can we... It doesn't look like we can actually cut down, because some of my other creatures have a lot of strength, but they can't cut down the healthy berry bushes. But can I cut down this little berry bush? Huh. Let's have Tavan come over here and help collect the last of the berry bush pieces. And then... No, I cleared it away, but I didn't manage to get any material from it. However, that's probably going to help us, because that berry bush was fun to be able to gather some berries from, but it was not helping us with being able to like zip around this little berry bush barrier. So let's see. Hopefully Isri will be able to help out Sela with the new child that is going to be born. And I need to figure out where Isri can use her digging paw. I know in the update, which is probably out by now. Again, I'm in Hawaii, you guys, so as soon as I get back, I will be updating everything and we'll be moving on to a new tribe. But I know in the new update, you're supposed to have a smelling ability that will help you figure out where the roots are going to be located. And you are also probably not going to have to use as much nesting material, because I've seen a lot of the feedback says that it's just way too hard. So we'll see where that goes with our future nest. I am also thinking I may have Rana, since our struggle is really over the nest and less over the ability to gather enough food. I may actually have Rana go ahead and mate with Tavan, and we're going to see what kind of children they may have together, because Rana does have some pretty unique genetics that I want to make sure stay in the family, like the C immunity, which her daughter Isri had, and Tavan is not related to Rana, so I think we're going to have him pop up here, and I'm going to go ahead and let her become pregnant. And her daughter, Comey, who is actually Tavon's sister, actually, not related to Ravon, is going to be over here, and I'm going to have her, yes, nesting material! I'm like, more nesting material, Comey, I love you! I'm actually more excited for nesting material than I am for food now. That's how precious a resource it is. But Comey will be one of our nest material gatherers. I think you have to really start prioritizing if you're going to have your like nest material gatherers and your food gatherers now, instead of the usual way of focusing just on food or maybe defense or exploration. So I'm going to have Onala come over here, and she'll just continue in her slow way following the riverbed. She's the only one of our creatures who has really good fishing ability. She's not ever going to be bred, though, because she has really bad eyesight, and she has hemophilia, but she's been living a very, very peaceful life compared to everybody else, fighting over nest and everything, walking along the shores, and just searching along the creeks for whatever she can find. All right, and then over here... what am I going to do with you? Siku, you're going to pop down here. Darn, I was hoping there was going to be some food available, but at least he can get that berry. And Sikro, wow, his son really can't do much. No, I don't have cracking ability with this son of his. However, we can zip around. So I think that Sikro is going to maybe start exploring over here again. We did see a predator over there, so I might need to be careful. Maybe Sikro can run over here and start exploring that big area. So he's probably a young man with a heart of adventure. Oh good, he can at least get some berry bushes when we pass him up too. And then over here, Squee is going to have to move out of the way so Lala Is can use that. Whoa! Oh my! Why hello there, handsome fisher. A handsome fisher by the riverside. I did not expect this to happen. Hello, sir. Can we invite you into the family, perhaps? I know you have spiky body, but Onala was not ever going to have a chance to have babies anyway. Doubled up C immunity. Interesting. And hemophilia with spike body. You would not have healthy children. Why? Oh my goodness. He's so interesting looking though. I did not expect this. So meeting a mysterious fisher, he does definitely look like he's really proud of himself. That's what he looks like. He looks like somebody who thinks he's really hot stuff, even though his genetics aren't the best. Huh. I'll have to think about that. We'll have to see what'll happen. Meanwhile, I'm going to have Squee come over here, and she's going to be busy like kicking at the trees. I'll have Lala Is go ahead and gather up some berries, and maybe even scooch over here to gather up some of this grass. See if we get any nesting material from it. But I wonder how we're going to get Squee and Lala Is to share that nest. I'm going to have to think about that from a story angle. But until then, we're just going to have to focus on collecting up as much extra nesting material as possible. I think we're going to try to stay here either until I come home and we move on, or until we have maybe 50 nesting material extra, so we can leave and form new nest on the middle island. I'm going to have to see. All right, my little fat-faced squirrel has grown up. No, the nest! The nest! Oh no, why? Why nest? Okay, hang in there. We'll repair you. I think that Squee would immediately see the nest is in danger and be super distracted trying to repair the nest and take care of the nest. She would like have Isquee go ahead and scooch out of the nest. Isquee, when she is old enough, will actually be able to do some cracking. So she'll come over by Mom, and Mom will be busy like hurry and repair the nest and grab a nut to feed little Isquee. And if Lala Is can get nesting material, dang it, I was pretty sure if Lala Is can get nesting material to share with Squee and show Squee that she'll take care of the nest too, I'm pretty sure Squee would be okay with sharing it. But I don't know, Lala Is going to have to figure out a spot that she can gather that from. All right, and then we'll send little Siku up here so he can gather up some nuts. And his son is a young man full of all sorts of adventure and hopes. So I'm actually going to send him this direction. We'll send him down along the beach side and then over to this other side. And then poor Onala, there was that like mysterious male who showed up for all of a second. Who knows where he's disappeared to? She has really bad eyesight, but if he comes back, we'll invite him into the tribe and have him be her mate, even though his genetics are not the best. So she had an encounter with a mysterious stranger. This is an island full of strangers. I love it. And then over here, there we go. Isri has finally aged up, and she still doesn't have any food resources to gather from here, but I think that this is the first time she's ever run into seeing a mother, other than her own mother, enter the nest. So Sela is going to pop into the nest and settle in and eat some of these berries. And I think Isri is going to be very excited and come on down, and she'll be present for the birth. So Isri is going to be like our first midwife. And I really love that idea. So she might be in charge of trying to repair the nest that she's near. And then we do have another pregnancy with Rana over here. She can gather those pieces up. And then Tavan, with 2 A's, can gather up more berries. And meanwhile, his sister, Komi, I'm going to have you just like straight up explore. I need to just really explore more. It's kind of amazing that instead of exploring less and focusing your resources and focusing on breeding and trying to work on certain genetics, the more that we participate in this nest experimental update, the more it's like explore as fast as you can to gather up all of that grass or else we're doomed. So we'll have to see what happens if like you run out of grass because you explore every island and you can't get any fresh like material except from the spots that regrow. That would be a really tragic end. Oh, we'll have to see what happens with our families. All right, so what are we going to do? We have Lala-Is, and she's getting ready to have Siku's child again. Their first child, really, he isn't able to do too much. Sikro, he doesn't really have the ability to do anything in terms of defense. Let's see. Lala-Is, you both have venomous fangs and cracking. Claw and nimble fingers. I think that's a good thing for their children to try to focus on having, because we definitely need to get rid of the no paw. The no paw is one of the things I really want to see leave the tribe. And then Sela also has no paw, and she mated with somebody who had bad eyesight. So, all right, I'm going to put normal eyesight in as one of the most important things to have, and nimble fingers as the next. And then let's go ahead and we'll attend Isri's very first birth witnessing as a future midwife of the tribe. Oh my, dang it. Oh, and I think Isri would immediately fall in love with Kokoko. Oh, what a name. This is one of the most unhealthy children we have ever had. Oh my gosh, this tribe. Oh my gosh, Kokoko. You guys, she's blind, she has a no paw, she's double immunity, and she's hemophilic. Oh my gosh. And part of me is like, this is devastating. Darn it. Look at these genes. And another part of me is actually totally enchanted, because I think that Isri is going to have just fallen in love. I think that Sela will be very concerned because she knows she had a very unhealthy child and she's not sure how to take care of it. So she's actually going to come over here and just immediately start trying to gather up food. And I think that Isri is going to be 100% in love with this little baby. And Isri, because Kokoko has white eyes, just like Isri has the white ram horns, is going to take this little one under her wing and always watch over her and protect her. So I think that a love between midwife and baby, blind, unhealthy baby, was definitely just born. Oh my goodness. That's too bad. And I'll move Rana so that she'll be ready to jump into the nest when it's available. Tavan over here is pretty healthy. Could he have an okay child with Sela? I think Sela's contributed enough of the genetics, but Tavan really, he's not terribly unhealthy. So I might need to find him a potential mate. Let's move him up here, so if there is new grass to gather, he can harvest it. Let's pop back over to his sister, who I really hope will be able to find some of the regrowing grass. No such luck just yet. Over here, oh my gosh! Oh my goodness gracious, it's another fat-faced squirrel. Sisiana. What a name! She's got blue eyes. She's got normal healthy blue eyes and a lean body, a cracker jaw. She's got normal blood clotting. She's spotty. She's really pretty. I like her. So she unfortunately does have the no paw. However, it's good to see normal eyesight. I think these two weren't at risk for that anyway, but it was just a good thing to kind of toss in there just to make sure their child would be healthy and safe. And Sisiana is kind of a fun name. Let's do Sissy Vana. There we go. To kind of go with Savannah and Savannah, and the idea that we have like the open safari area that we're trying to let these creatures explore, which is proving to be really difficult because of the nesting material gathering. But Sissy Vanna, what are we going to do with you, my dear? She's quite lovely. Tavan, what are your genetics? Those kind of duplicate the genetics a little bit much. Little one. Yeah, we're going to just have to do our best, because the immunity just isn't lining up for so many of them. But she's quite charming. I think that Squee actually sees another child who looks a lot like her child and is quite intrigued, and she'll let them continue using the nest. So we'll move Lala-is down here where she can help to gather up from the berry bush, and we have to get out of the nest so the baby will grow up. And then I think that Squee is going to pop over here and kind of eye up this guy. So Siku, should we have another child with Siku? I think we should, because they're having some pretty interesting kids. So Siku is just glad because peace has apparently been found between Lala-is, who's more focused on searching around. Lala-is, we'll have her get pregnant too, just to make sure that they are ready to go for when the nest is open, since we're having such a hard time with the nest. But I think that Siku has found peace between these two. The angry squirrel, who he must take as a mate in order to have access to this nest spot. And then Lala-is, who is his childhood best friend, who has grown up exploring the island with him. And then we have Isqui, who is really quite the cute little one. She's got so much strength. So much strength. No ability to collect any of the berries. Just noticed that. But she can come over and collect up the nuts. So I'll have to remember that. And Onala is still having no luck finding that mysterious male she ran into. But we do have little Seacrow, and I think Seacrow, we'll clear that spot away, has just discovered the beach. And Seacrow is going to be dashing across the beach and having access to all of this open savanna area. I really love the idea of exploring like specific tiles. That's very new in the way that we try to play with the tribes. So that'll be fun to see. And then our little blind baby Kokoko, who is going to be taken under Isree's paws. Her very, very, very big paws. Oh, that's wonderful. Ah! Oh my gosh, no, that's not wonderful. Run for it, Seacrow. Run for it, my dear. Just get out of here. Oh my gosh, there's so many clamshells down here. Get out of here, Seacrow. You'll be safe elsewhere. Oh, Nala. You're kind of strong, and this carnivore is new. Can you I don't know if she can get away in time. I think she might attack him. And then Can she like try to run? We'll see. She's hiding inside of some grass. We'll see if Onala can get away. She's just a peaceful little one. She never asked for this. Do I have anybody? I do have a whole bunch of fangs. Ooh, I need to get the fangs back out. Who's got the strongest? Squee actually is the strongest. If the predator comes near us, Squee is going to go absolutely bonkers, making sure that it is removed, because she's not going to put up with the babies being in danger, or her tree really being in danger. Squee's very protective of her tree. All right, so we'll let Squee gather up that little nut and this little nut, and then Squee's going to jump into the nest. So Squee gave birth to Isqui last time, and we still have the no paw issue. So instead of an eye issue, there's a tiny chance Squee could have a blind child, but I don't think she will. So we're going to stick over... She already had a crackerjaw. I think reliably they're going to have crackerjaw children, more or less. Let's try putting in maybe the dicker paw. I want to see what happens. We want to try to get rid of no paw first, I think, and then we'll work backwards from there. And Lala-is is going to be gathering up these berries, not really too concerned, just waiting her turn for the nest. Siku is watching over his children and collecting up berries. And then Isqui, she can really only attack... Ooh, she could be a good defense. She could attack that carnivore if he comes close. She might smell something on the wind and pop over here in order to attack the carnivore as needed. All right, so let's see. Tavan, what am I going to do with you? I feel like he has so much potential with what he could do, but just nowhere to use it. All right, we'll have him explore the beach for now and maybe find some clams. Probably send him over here, and I'll have him start exploring over here for nest material. Oh, speaking of nest material, no! All right, little Kokoko, we're going to get you out, and then we're going to have Isree gently weave the nest up together again, and she'll start gathering up some more spots where roots grow. That's going to be really interesting to try to keep an eye on. Where can Isree dig up more roots? And then we're going to move Kokoko over to always stay next to Isree, and possibly, can Kokoko gather up Coco, can you feed yourself at all? Yeah, she can collect up some of the berries, excuse me. So thank goodness Coco can do something. And then Sela, I'm going to actually have Sela leave. We have plenty of food. She has already had her children. She's contributed to the gene pool quite a bit already. So she's going to come and try to gather up some nesting material with us because we're always on the desperate hunt for more nesting material. And there's not really a lot of spots where the nesting material regrows. So that's proving to be kind of tricky. All right, so let's go ahead and see the very last birth of this round, which is going to be Rana. So Rana mated with Tavan. So let's check and see if there's anything we need to be really careful about. That no paw being out and about once again concerns me. So I think I'm going to put nimble fingers and digging paw. Let's try putting claw in. So let's try putting claw and digger paw in. And let's go ahead and see what kind of baby Rana is going to have with Tavan. Oh, look at him! Quite the defensive little guy. Oh, and already Coco is sick. Oh, we'll move her over so that she can sit next to Isri. And look, Isri can do a lot of this gathering on the side of the beach. So we'll just have Isri move around the beach and dig up things and then take care of the nest. And then we have Newbon. Thank goodness, normal eyesight. He's got this C immunity gene we really wanted to pass on, and he's very handsome, actually. He has Tavan's handsomeness, so I think we're going to name him, let's go with Tuvan, to kind of be a spin on the Tavan name that has gone down 2 generations now, but also, little Tuvan. Let's see, he's got poison fangs, which I really am happy to see. Absolutely no ram horns anywhere in his genetics at all. And we'll have to see. He also has digger paw and nimble fingers. Awesome. So we'll have to see what kind of twist on the family tree he is going to provide once he grows up. And then, whoops, no, Tuvan, there we go. And then let's go ahead and see what else is going on. I heard somebody get attacked. Did we lose her? Oh my gosh, we lost her. And I won't even be able to see her on the family tree anymore. Oh no. So there definitely is somebody coming after everyone. So little sea crow, you need to get out of here. Get out of here and explore the savannah. And don't get eaten by that predator who's coming oh so close. And Isqui, I think, is going to be very suspicious about this. I might have to send her over to help guard the nest. Oh, and then another baby has been born. He's another fat-faced squirrel and he looks awesome. Welcome to little Taduk, who is Siku's son and Squee's son. So what about Takwi? So Takwi, we have little Takwi. He's got normal eyesight. He has cracker jaw. He's got F and B immunity, normal blood clotting. So he's going to have a lot of collecting level 3 at the very least. And then he's got like level 3 cracking. So any of the toughest nuts he's going to be able to take on. He is our brand new like super squirrel because he can crack into any of those nuts. And he can also gather up a lot of the berries too. So, oh, and look at this. Lalais is sitting right on top of some awesome nesting material. And I think being able to bring back nesting material and fresh berries to the family may make it so that Squee will be even more forgiving about sharing her nest with her. So we've got a lot of nest sharing going on. I really love how our little nest weaver Isri has adopted Coco and is trying to take good care of her, even though it looks like Coco won't live very long because she's just such an unhealthy little creature. And I'm still totally climbing up walls because it is so hard to gather up this nesting material. But, and again, the new update's probably out. I'm just away in Hawaii right now. But I have been reading in the Steam discussion groups that a lot of people agree that the new balance of trying to continue to gather up so much nesting material and not finding a lot of it is really hard. So I think they're going to tweak it. So here's to tweaking it, and the Nestree tribe is just going to have to be super competitive and super conservative with what they do with their nest and how many nests they have. All of a sudden, a big island like this is almost more of a hindrance than a help. And we're going to have to see what their future is. So this is going to be quite interesting, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.